today's youth, it seems as though the full extent of their knowledge is used on other aspects of life other than school. With social media such as Snapchat and Instagram, it's hard for children to give their full extent to learning. Phones always seem to be a hard way for children to get very distracted away from their work. With finals starting and ending, it seems as though phones are a big problem. With lack of studying and more time on their phones, it's hard for them to pass and maybe have to take the class over next year. Learning is a big struggle for some students and for other teachers also. For them to be able to give them the opportunity to be able to learn is good, but for them to also have to be the ones to deal with them not wanting to learn and not trusting themselves to be able to learn, that's the problem. And these are what some other teachers thought about that.
Absolutely. A lot of students, in my opinion, the vast majority have an insecurity complex. They don't feel as if they can do certain things, even though they haven't tried them. They still feel like they can't do them.
I feel like I have several students that underestimate their ability to learn because of what someone has told them in the past and something that they bought into and they feel like they just can't do it. Instead of exploring the options and trying, they'll just cancel themselves out from the beginning.
There are good students, but most of the time they are being overshadowed by the ones that aren't doing their work correctly. Students do their work, but when it does, it's probably not right or incorrect unless they study or they actually do the work. If you check on their school notes, they might even not have work turned in at all. I know from experience. Some teachers try to incorporate better things in their teaching, like experiments or going outside and being able to work firsthand with the science and math in the world. Those teachers always seem to be the favorites of the students, and when they do, they always seem to come back. Students always seem to be interested in these teachers and their experimental way of teaching, and it always turns out well in the end. And when test grades show up, they might not always be impressed with what they have. As I've seen, ditching class is always a big part of school. Well, not in a good way, but in a bad way. People, in my opinion, should be in their classes learning, but sometimes they don't always seem to be interested in that. Suitland is a good school, but for it to overcome such greatness over so many years, from it being open since 1989, people have opened up so many extracurricular activities, but still not getting the same amount of work done as usual. Students not having the academic ability to do the work is different from them just not wanting to do it. Students not being able to do the work is good because the teachers can be able to help them, and that's what they're here to do, to help you learn. Students learn new things every day, but for them not to come home with something new is a problem. So when you see this, you should probably be able to help them. Try to get tutoring or to be able to study or have a study group. But teachers do know and they do see that these things are happening.
Notify somebody, make some noise. In other words, don't let it, be silent. Try your best to bring attention to it if you witness something like that.
Well, with those particular kids, being that TV production is such a hands-on subject, what I do is I'll put them in groups and then I'll show them how to do something, show examples of how other kids their age have done the same thing and encourage them to try and praise them when I can, encourage them where I can. Try not to tell them what they've done wrong, but give them tips and advice for areas of improvement.